Hello friends, welcome to Suresh Aggarwal's Mathematics Shortcuts. So in this video, I am going to simplify a very important topic for all the students who are studying in class 8, 9, 10th, especially the 9th class and the 10th class students who are very shortly going to face the board exams. Whenever the problem involves a square root, the students are like, the problem is difficult, it is scary. You know why? Because they don't know how to handle those irrational coefficients. And when it comes to solving linear equations and quadratic equations, then it becomes a little bit more tricky. And so I'm going to simplify this for you in this video. What is this? Cracking the quadratic equations in which we have irrational coefficients. This is the topic, and I tell you, this is like very, very important for all the students who are appearing in board exams this year. The ultimate guide to speed maths has a solution to everything. If you are not comfortable in mathematics, study from that and you will know how beautiful mathematics is. So before I tell you about that book and I'll show you a glimpse of the book, let me first get into the quadratic equations with irrational coefficients, and let me tell you how wonderfully you can crack these equations. So for that, I have already made two questions which I'm going to simplify for you, and you will see the question is not difficult. It is just the manner in which we solve it that is important. So let's see the quadratic equation. We have square root 2 x square minus x minus 21 root 2 equal to 0. Now this is the quadratic equation, and you can see it has irrational coefficients, and things are already looking scary for so many of the students who are watching the video, right? So let's simplify this for you, friends. First of all, I know the basic. What is that basic? I want two terms or two numbers or two real numbers whose sum is the coefficient of the middle term, that is minus 1, and whose product is the product of the coefficient of x square and the constant term, that is root 2 times minus 21 root 2, right? Now this is the basic step we follow in solving quadratic equations. Now the first basic mistake what the students do is they multiply these and they get a rational number, and so finding irrational roots from the rational number itself is a difficult task, and so let's not do that. Let us first write 21 and then root 2 times root 2 is 2. So this is practically 21 times 2. Now I want to find the middle term split factor. See, 21 and 2 is not going to give me a 1. If I add them or subtract them, I'm not going to get a 1. So I have to split it. I can't split 2. I can split 21. And 21 is 7 times 3. And we have a 2. Now I have to regroup them so that I get a 1 somehow. See, 7 and then 3 times 2 is 6. How about 7 and 6? Can it give you a 1? It can, right? Very easy. It gives you a 1 because you can write minus 7 and plus 6. And that is the middle term split factors. Where is the demon in the question? Let me tell you. Let me ask you rather, not tell you. Okay, so here we have the two middle term split factors, minus 7 and 6. Now after this, there are two ways of doing the question. One, using the traditional approach where you write root 2x square, then minus 7x plus 6x, then minus 21 root 2 equal to 0. And then you find the common factor between these two, which is just x, which gives you a root 2x minus 7. And then you find the common factor between these two, which obviously is looking like 3, but it will give you a 2x minus 7 root 2, right, equal to 0. Then you have a hidden factor because 2 is root 2 into root 2. So root 2 can be taken out. So you can write first part as it is and then take out the root 2 also, which gives you a root 2x minus 7 in the bracket. And see, we have the same bracket, and so root 2x minus 7 becomes first factor and x plus 3 root 2 becomes the second factor. And after that, getting the roots is very easy because you just have to put them separately equal to 0 and get the answer. But let's make use of the short trick. Here we have minus 7 and 6. if you convert them to opposite signs, -7 becomes 7 and 6 becomes -6, and just divide by this number, coefficient of x square, 7 upon root 2, 6 upon root 2. I need to rationalize because 7 upon root 2, I can't leave it like this. So into root 2 by root 2, right? One way of doing this, okay? And here -6 upon root 2 times root 2 upon root 2. Now you will see 7 upon root 2 is already here. See, if you equate this to 0, you will get x equal to 7 upon root 2. So first root is already obtained, or you can write it as 7 root 2 upon 2. Then the second root, here we have -3 root 2. Look at this, root 2 times root 2 is 2, and this cancels this, and we have -3 root 2. See, two different ways of doing it, and things become very easy. And things become so easy when you are studying some of the short tricks, smart tricks to crack the exams. And quantitative aptitude will become so easy if you study these two: Ultimate Guide to Speed Maths Volume 1 and Volume 2, which is the inaugural edition, and it is already creating waves in the market. Let me tell you, lot of demand, and we are running out of stock very shortly. So video links for ready reference: 2400 practice questions, 1300 practice questions, NTSC, school Olympiads, SSC, banking, railways, UPSC, CAT, MAT, CLAT, whatever exam you are targeting, this is actually for you. How to get hold of a copy of this amazing combo? Amazon links are given in the description of this video, or you want to directly purchase from me, you can send me a message on WhatsApp. 9896369963 is the WhatsApp number. I'll show you a glimpse of the video, the two books also very shortly, but I need to take up one more important example to complete the video first. So suppose we have 15x square minus 10 root 5x minus 8 equal to 0. Now I need two numbers, a and b, whose sum is minus 10 root 5. See, whenever the sum is minus 10 root 5, the two middle term split factors will contain root 5, that is for sure. And then the product of 15 and minus 8. So 15 times minus 8. Now 15 and 8, no way is going to give me a root 5s. So for getting a root 5, I have to write this as 5 times 3 times 8, and 5 will be broken down as root 5 times root 5, and then 3 and 8, right? So I have written all the factors here. Now 8 times 3 is 24. 8 and 3 is not going to give me a 10, so I think I have to break it further. 8 is 4 into 2 and then 3, and then root 5 into root 5 is obviously there. I am just trying to get a 10 somehow. 4 3s are 12 and a 2. 12 and 2 surely will give me a 10, right? Because 12 minus 2 is 10. Now root 5 and root 5, they will be combined with each of them, like this and like this. So 12 root 5 and 2 root 5. I need to check the sign. This is negative, right? So the larger one, negative 12 root 5, and smaller one, plus 2 root 5. This is the middle term split factors. Now what did I tell you? Just change the sign, 12 root 5 and minus 2 root 5. And what do you do after that? Just divide by coefficient of x square. So 15 here and 15 here, and that completes my answer. Actually, you just have to reduce it to lowest form. Here we have 4 and 5. So 4 root 5 upon 5 is one of the zeros of this polynomial or root of the equation, and then minus 2 root 5 upon 15 is the other part. So you can actually simplify that and write the solutions directly. So friends, I told you I'll show you a glimpse of the books. Here we have the volume 1, the volume 2, inaugural edition, and this is going to be a boon for your child. If you are a parent, a teacher, gift your child this wonderful thing so that they cherish for life and they actually develop those tendencies which are required to crack the competitive exams and come in top 1% bracket of the students who crack the exams in the first attempt. How to get a copy? I already told you. Amazon links are given in the description of this video, and the WhatsApp number is here, 9896369963. But send me a message only if you trust that you are at the right place. Fine, friends. Otherwise, Amazon links are always there, trustworthy platform to purchase anything. So friends, if you like this video, do share it with all your friends who are struggling in maths, who want to enjoy maths, make it joyful, and practice is very important. So if you practice this and you find it useful, do post a comment here and let me know, is it working for you? All the best.